Hey everyone, I was gonna talk today about what I like about ENFPs. The reason why I haven't made a video like this before about ENFPs is because I actually don't really know anyone until recently. That's why I'm making the video. I've usually talked about NFJs mainly because I've known so many. I actually have a professor right now, my favorite professor. He's like the coolest guy ever, and he's an ENFP. And it's weird. It's almost like you're automatically his friend, and I like even when I barely knew him, I just felt like he considered me a friend. He's just a really social extrovert guy, but he's also a really funny and really entertaining, interesting instructor. Like the other instructors, when they're talking about a kind of a boring subject, can be kind of pedantic and hard to follow, but he finds a way to make it interesting. He's a really good teacher. He just has a gift for it. And another thing about him is he's almost like a mind reader. It's weird. I don't. You guys probably noticed over the past month. There's been a couple times where I maybe looked stressed out because of the whole situation lately. I don't feel like I really show it that much, but it's like the guy's psychic. Like, almost upon entering the classroom, if I don't know, he'll just be like, Michael, what's wrong? I don't know, it's weird. And even if I feel like I'm hiding it really well, I don't know. Even if there's not really something that wrong, I've just been like overthinking something, he can always tell instantly. And it's weird too because he's like legally blind, so I know he can't like see my face that well. I don't know. It's very interesting though. It's like he's psychic. Um, but yeah, and he actually like cares too. He actually like told me if I needed anything to let him know. And I barely knew him at that point when he said that. That was when I was talking about getting ready to move out of my ex's, move out, move in here, break up with my ex. Yeah, he's just a really cool guy, and yeah. So also another thing that I like about ENFPs, and unlike the ENFJs, I'm not saying I don't like ENFJs, but this is one thing I do prefer in ENFPs, is they're very open-minded. They're very accepting of alternate views. Not all of them. Anyone can get overly belligerent about their belief system, but I've noticed ENFPs are much more laid back about listening to opposing views. Even if they find them offensive, they'll actually entertain the view, which I strongly relate with, because I like to experiment and toy with ideas, even ones that are completely inaccurate or completely, even ones that are like crazy. I like to kind of play around with them in my head, and that's something I definitely relate with ENFPs. They seem to do the same thing. It's almost kind of refreshing to see someone else who does that too, because everyone else is so like, oh no, you have to believe this or you have to believe that, or you're not a good person. You have to believe everything the school system told you, or you're whatever, or you're wearing a tinfoil hat or whatever. So I like that they question things, that they're not so dead set in their belief system that they're actually willing to question their belief system. Which honestly, I think that's something where an ENFJ is kind of lacking. Most of the ones I've met anyway. And I do like ENFJs. I've said that before, but that's one of the things. And I actually kind of enjoy triggering NFJs. Maybe that's one of the reasons I like them. I kind of like messing with them because they're so easy to trigger. Like literally, all you have to do to trigger an ENFJ is say something like bullying is a good thing or something like that. Even if you don't mean it, that's all you got to do. And I'm like, why would you say that? And maybe it's kind of trollish on my part, but I actually kind of enjoy messing with NFJs in a fun way, lighthearted way. Like even my dad, I actually thought it was really fun and entertaining to see his reactions to my shocking things I would say. But he liked it too, though. He thought it was funny. I've noticed with INFJs, they'll kind of laugh at it, whereas ENFJs will actually take you seriously. Like, what? Why would you say something like that? You know, obviously these are generalizations, but this has been my experience. Anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent there, didn't I? The whole point is, I like ENFPs, and one of my favorite people in the world right now is ENFP, this instructor that I was talking about. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, and I can't really think of anything else to say right now except for that. So let me know if you guys, or let me know what you guys think, and see you later.